Bring in exclusively the Republican response to the infrastructure proposal from the White House and talk about the broader economic agenda. Senate Minority Leader Senator Mitch McConnell. Leader, it's always good to have you. We appreciate your time. Good morning.
Good morning. Glad to be with you.
It's been a bit of a running joke in Washington what exactly infrastructure is, but it's pretty clear from your counteroffer what you believe it is.
Yeah, I think you had Shelley Capito on your program earlier today. She's our leader on the infrastructure bipartisan negotiation. Out of her committee came a traditional infrastructure package just this week. We also are engaged with the administration trying to reach an agreement. Part of the problem, as you suggest, is what is the definition of infrastructure? We pretty much understand it's roads, bridges, ports, broadband, traditional infrastructure. The Democrats would like to spend a lot more. Speaking of their spending habits, so far this administration has recommended we spend $7 trillion additional dollars this year. That would be more than we spent in adjusted inflation dollars to win World War II. So they have huge spending desire, and as your introduction suggested, a great desire to add in $3.6 trillion in additional taxes on top of it.
So the question for some this morning is how much new spending is involved in this proposal. Senator Toomey suggested earlier this morning that there's enough unspent funds in COVID relief that could be directed toward this. Do we have a new spending number?
Well, look, Senator Toomey's point is well made, but let me quote Larry Summers, who was Bill Clinton's Secretary of the Treasury and Barack Obama's head of the Council of Economic Advisors. He said at the beginning of the year that the previous package, the so-called rescue package, would create a wave of inflation. And only this week he reiterated that happened just as he predicted, but it also included this extra bonus on top of state unemployment insurance that's keeping people from going back to work. So that's what they've already done, and now they seem to want to double down and do more. What we'd like to see done is a bipartisan agreement on traditional infrastructure, and much of it could be paid for by this additional money that's already been sent down to states and localities, many of which are in great shape financially and have just received an incredible bonus of borrowed money from us.
Senator, you can't blame Americans who might even be listening to you right now and want infrastructure of some kind to be passed for being somewhat cynical on the possibility of it. I mean, in your long career as both majority and minority leader under both Democratic and Republican administrations, tell me, when was the last time that there was a major, an important piece of legislation passed in a bipartisan manner by Congress?
Yeah, we're going to do one this week. The Endless Frontiers Act. The lead on our side is Senator Todd Young from Indiana. The majority leader is the leader on the Democratic side, a bipartisan effort to do a better job of competing with China on the technologies of the future, for example, artificial intelligence. We've already passed 4 major bipartisan bills this year. We do bipartisan work on important things all the time. I don't criticize you, but that's a Democratic talking point that somehow we never do anything together. We do it frequently, almost on a weekly basis.
Yeah, I guess when it comes to some of the larger issues, though, facing our country, it's you remember the failures to do so more perhaps than some of the successes that you cite there. Yeah,
but there are different points of view about what ought to be done on some of these major issues, and I think it's important to remind everybody we have a 50-50 Senate. We have a House Democratic majority of just a handful of seats. They don't have a mandate from the American people to add $7 trillion in spending over the next year. So we have a difference of opinion, and we, on big issues, yes, we frequently don't go forward if we can't reach an agreement.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.